Hello student, welcome to the subject Analog and Digital Electronics in this unit 4 titled as Operational Amplifier Applications. Here I am Mr. C.R. Sindhe from Electrical Engineering Department of Mathesri College of Engineering and Research Center, Nasik. In this fourth unit, as the title mentioned, Operational Amplifier Applications. So syllabus we are broadly classified into 6 modules. So during these 6 modules we studied operational amplifier and its applications. In the first modules we cover introductions to op-amp, various characteristics, their ideal op-amp parameters, practical op-amp parameters, and so on. In the second modules we started the applications of op-amp. In this second modules we studied the operational amplifier as a zero crossing detector and comparator. In third module we studied operational amplifier as a Schmitt trigger. In the fourth module we studied operational amplifier as V to I and I to V converter. Then operational amplifier as an instrumentation amplifier, and in the last modules we studied the operational amplifier as a waveform generator. In these modules we studied the sine wave, square wave, sawtooth wave and triangular wave generate using operational amplifier. In this first module, introductions to the op-amp. Basically, op-amp is the abbreviations of operational amplifier and it's an electronic device. It performs multiple arithmetic operations such as addition, subtractions, division, multiplications, integrations, differentiations, etc. Also, it's perform a signal amplification, so that's why its name is the operational amplifiers. Hence, its name is the operational amplifier, and we abbreviated it as a op-amp. OP stand for operational and AMP stand for amplification. Here the operational amplifier symbol and IC741. The IC741 is the op-amp IC which are generally used in our day-to-day life for the various applications. This IC having 8 number of terminals, in which the first and fifth terminal is the offset null terminals, second and third is the input terminals, fourth and seventh is the supply terminals, and sixth is the output terminals, whereas 8 number terminals having no connections, means it's a open terminals. Okay, in our proceeding slides we studied in details of this all the input terminals as well as the output terminals of the IC741. This is the physical appearance of this IC741 8 terminal IC. This is the circuit symbol of operational amplifier IC. The triangle shapes is showing, in which it shows the 2 input terminals, namely as the inverting input terminals second number, non-inverting input terminals third, and we are getting the output from 6 number terminals, whereas 7 and 4 is the power supply terminals. 7 number terminals is the positive VCC terminal. We call it as the collector positive voltage, In fourth number terminals, it's a negative VEE as a negative supply voltage terminals. We call it as the emitter negative voltage terminals. So from these introductions, we are studied here. The IC741 is the 8 terminal IC. So it is clearly seen that it's a dual power supply IC. It requires a dual power, positive negative 15 volts or positive negative 12 volts. Okay. In this way, we are supplying a supply to the IC. So positive supply from 7 number terminals and negative supply from 4 number terminals. And after we are supplying the supply to the IC is ready to work. Okay, it's ready to perform the operations as well as the amplifications. So after applying the dual power supply positive negative 15 volt, we are getting the output from 6 number terminal, and the output is like that, square shape like this. Positive 15 is the positive saturated voltage level, that is the positive VCC, equivalent to positive VCC, and negative VSAT, that is the negative saturated voltage, which is equivalent to negative VEE. Now, operating modes of operational amplifier. This operational amplifier operates in 3 different modes. First mode is the single input mode. We also call it as the single ended mode. Second is the differential mode. We also call it as the double ended mode. Third is the common mode operation of operational amplifier. Let's see one by one operating modes in details. This is the first single input mode, that is the single ended mode. But our operational amplifier having 2 inputs. So one of the input is grounded and only the source is applied on the another one input. So here in this case it shows the V input, that is the input source voltage, is applied on inverting input terminal of op-amp. Whenever we applied input source on inverting input terminals, then operational amplifier gives the output as a inverted, means it's a 180-degree phase shifted outputs we are getting during this single ended mode. This single ended mode, we call it as the inverted single ended mode, because the source is connected to the inverted input terminals and exactly the inverted output we are getting from the input signals. Similarly, for the second type of the single input mode, that is the single ended mode, is the non-inverted single ended mode. Here the input source is connected to the non-inverting input terminals, whereas the inverted input terminal is grounded. So whatever the input signals is available at these non-inverted input terminals, only the amplified but without any phase shift, we are getting the output. So we call this operation mode as a non-inverted mode of operations. Okay, so this is the first mode of operational amplifier, act as an inverted mode and act as a non-inverted mode. Now the second mode of operation is a differential mode. We also call it as a double-ended mode. As the op-amp IC have 2 inputs, so in differential mode, the 2 opposite polarity signals are applied to the 2 inputs of op-amp. Here it can be showing V input 1 and V input 2, which are out of phase. Because this type of operation creates a difference between the input signals, means the output generated by this mode is nothing but a difference between the two different input signals. So that's why we call it as a differential mode double-ended operations. Then third one mode is the common mode. As the name is indicated, it's a common mode, means the common signal is applied on the both input terminal of operational amplifier, the same magnitude and without any out of phase. The same common signal is applied on both input terminals. So that's why the op-amp perform the operations and creates a difference between this same common input signal. So that's why the output is nothing but a zero difference between the two inputs, which is common. So in case of the common mode, the output of the operational amplifier is a zero. So here it is clear that producing a zero output for common mode signal, we call it as the common mode rejections. So there is a ratio of common mode rejections. We call it as the CMRR. So in upcoming slides we studied this CMRR. Now the important characteristics of operational amplifier. Here we are comparatively studying the ideal and practical operational amplifier. The first characteristics is the voltage gain. The voltage gain of practical value is 2 into 10 to the power 5, means few thousand voltage gain for the practical op-amp, where in case of the ideal op-amp the voltage gain is infinite. The input resistance of ideal op-amp is infinite, very high, very high, but in case of practical it's a 2 mega ohm. The third characteristics is the output resistance. In case of ideal value, output resistance is 0 in order to generate pure outputs, but in practicals there is a few ohm output is there, 75 ohm. The third one characteristics is the bandwidth. Bandwidth is nothing but the range of frequency where the device is operated, means this is the range of frequency in which the operational amplifier perform their operations. So ideally it's a infinite bandwidth, but practically it's 1 megahertz. Then CMRR, that is the common mode rejection ratio. Ideally CMRR ratio is required to be infinite, means whenever we apply a common mode input signal, that times your output should be a 0. So your infinite rejection ratio means your output is 0. So ideally it is possible, but practically it's a 90 decibel. Then slew rate. Slew rate is nothing but the transition from negative saturations to positive saturations, or transition from positive saturations to negative saturations. So at what rate it can be transited from positive side to negative side and vice versa. So this is the one of the biggest drawback of this operational amplifier IC. Its slew rate is very low, that is the 0.5 volt per microseconds. Ideally it's infinite slew rates. PSRR, power supply rejection ratio, is nothing but the change in an op-amp input offset voltage due to the variations in supply voltage. We call it as the power supply rejection ratio. In alternate name for this PSRR is SVRR, that is the supply voltage rejection ratio. In some books alternate name is also PSS, that is the power supply sensitivity. So this PSRR is the ratio of change in input or change in input offset voltage per unit change in supply voltage, and which is 150 microvolt per volt for practical value, and PSRR for ideal practicals, ideal op amp, it's a 0. Then next one is the input offset voltage. That input offset voltage ideally is required to be a 0, but practically it's a 2 megavolt. Input bias current, ideally it's required to be a 0, but practically it's a 50 nanoampere bias current is flowing through the op amp. Input offset current is ideally is required to be a 0, but practically it's a 6 nanoampere flowing through the operation. So in this way we studied these first introductory lectures of this operational amplifier. So thank you for watching these lectures. Here I am Mr. C.R. Sinde. If you have any query, so ask me anytime on this my personal gmail.coms, official gmail.coms, or my WhatsApp. Thank you.